What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man ChazzEllis once again answering the question that you asked me. I got one where a guy was basically asking me, why is it that girls like jerks? Why is it that they like jerks so much more than they like nice guys? Basically the age-old question of why do nice guys finish last? Well, I wanted to start out by saying, first of all, that this is a myth. It's a myth because what a lot of people think is, and you learn this over your lifetime, if I'm really a jerk to women, then I'll be the dude that gets all the girls. Because that's what you see from the outside looking in a lot of times. You're like, man, this dude is getting all the girls and he's a jerk. He's the worst type of dude, but he gets all the women. Every girl that comes out here talks to him. Every girl likes this dude. Why is it that I can't get a girl or I can't get the girl I want? Probably because I'm a nice guy. That's what a lot of guys think, and that's what they start trying to practice. Now, the worst thing that happens is a guy practices this on a girl, and it works. They're like, man, see, I told you. Every time I do this to a girl, she falls in love with me. Look, I'm doing this right now. This girl loves me. But the truth is that it's a myth. It's a myth. It doesn't really work the way you think it does. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't be a jerk to a girl and her really just like you more than anybody she's ever liked. But usually what's happened is that it only works when you're not emotionally involved and when you're not emotionally connected. So basically what's happened is you found a girl that liked you and you really didn't like her all that much. You weren't emotionally connected to whether or not she continued to like you. That's when the game works. That's when that crap works. When it's basically a situation where you're like, look, I don't even like you that much. So if you say yes, if you say no, if you stop talking to me because of the stuff that I'm doing, like for instance, say you just call a girl once in a while when you want to hit it, and you don't take her anywhere, you don't do anything with her, and you really don't care. It's not like you trying to play a game so much as you just don't really care. It's not like you making some effort to try to be like, oh, here's how I'm going to act to get this girl. Nah, you really just don't care. You legitimately don't care. And yeah, of course that works. Because when someone really likes you and you legitimately don't care about them, that means you have nothing to lose. So anything you do, anything you decide to do is going to work every single time. But if you're in a situation where you do care, that's what puts you on that emotional roller coaster. That's when when your emotions are involved, that's when you go on the emotional roller coaster. Because you play these games and it's calculated. You're trying to, okay, I want to call her, but I'm not going to call her. Because if I call her now, I seem like I like her too much, and that's going to make her think she has all the power in the relationship, and she's not going to want to talk to me anymore. So you don't do it. You don't call her or whatever. You trip for a little while, and then here's what happens. She loses interest or gets upset. And even though I'm giving this message to men, it works for women too, because a lot of women are always like, why do guys like bitchy girls? Same rules apply. What often happens is you get in this situation with this person, this relationship type thing, where if you're emotionally involved, the things that you were trying to do just don't work anymore. Because now you care. Because at first when it's working, it's good. But when it's not working, you're like, uh-oh. I think she's losing interest in me. I don't know if she likes me anymore. And then you start panicking. This puts you on an emotional roller coaster. Because you actually do like the girl. You actually do care. So when people tell you that jerks get all the girls, it's really people who don't care get people who like them. And they can act any kind of way. Whenever your emotions get involved, it messes up your decision making. You can't always say the right thing when you care about the results. It's like kind of like if you take a test and you're really nervous about the test, the likelihood of you passing is a lot lower than if it's like a throwaway test that you really don't even care about. You're like, man, I already got an A in this class, dog. I'll just write down whatever, you know. And you mess around and get an A on the test. You're like, man, I aced that mug. I really wasn't even thinking about it. I really wasn't nervous. But when you like on a borderline between an A and a B, or borderline between, you know, a C and failing, you're a totally different situation now. Now you were nervous maybe. So that's one of the things that people have to realize is that it's not necessarily that you treat somebody bad that makes them like you so much as it's so easy to make decisions. It's so easy to do things and always do the thing that's most beneficial to you when you're not emotionally involved. Another thing that we have to look at is one of the reasons why it seems like people like jerks so much, or it seems like a girl likes jerks, it seems like dudes like bitchy girls, is because often we place the value on people that we feel they have in the world. And what I mean by that is we decide how we want to treat people based on what they look like, how much money they got, what kind of car they drive, how cool they are, stuff like that. That's how we decide we want to treat somebody. Most of the time we say, oh, well, this person is a dime, so I got to treat him this way. And this person is a 4, so, it doesn't really matter. And with that thinking, unfortunately, what you run into a lot of times is, since you're not treating somebody a particular way based on the merit of how they treat you, you constantly playing yourself. Because you find yourself giving and giving and giving to a person who really doesn't value you in the same way you value them. You may see them as a dime that needs to be treated that way, and they see you as a 4. For whatever reason, you may not be a 4, but that's how they see you. They may not like you so much. They may not like you as much as you like them, and you treating them so well, and you're bending over backwards for them, and it kind of makes them think that you're pathetic, rather than seeing you as a person that's really, has value. A lot of times we give away our value by treating somebody in a way that they don't actually deserve to be treated. So what I always say is treat people, and once I took this on, getting the opposite sex to like me a lot wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard to deal with people. I have a policy, and friends and family, anybody you deal with, this works on anything, in any situation. I treat people based on the way they treat me. Your value is based on the way you treat me. So if you treat me like I don't matter, if you don't call me, if you don't care about seeing me, stuff like that, I don't give a damn about seeing you either. I'm not going to, and even if I do care about seeing you, and even if I do like you, I'm not going to treat you that way. I'm not going to make any effort outside of what you're doing, outside of the effort that you're making. You have to match my effort for me to continue to care about you. Otherwise, even if I do care about you, you'll never know it because I'm not going to put that out there. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to make any effort because clearly you don't deserve it. I look at a person like, I don't care if you're the best looking girl in the world or you're the worst looking girl in the world. It depends on how you treat me. That's going to dictate how I treat you. Because I look at it like this. If you could be beautiful and you could have everything that a guy would want, but if you're not treating me well, that means that you don't really have much value for me. So that means I'm not going to benefit off of anything you got going for you anyway. So why should I treat you like a queen when you clearly treat me like the court jester? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. So that's some things you have to look at. It's not treating women bad or that women like jerks or whatever. It's not that. It's that people in general care about people on different levels. A lot of times there's a lot of inequity when it comes to relationships. And one person likes somebody this much and the other person likes the other person this much. And when you like somebody this much and they like you this much, you can treat them pretty bad and they're going to sit there and take it. But when you get somebody that you like equally or more and you try that same crap, you're going to look crazy because you're going to find yourself going on that emotional roller coaster that's going to make you look like a complete nut job. Basically what I'm saying is it doesn't work. Trying to treat people bad, it doesn't work. It only works in a situation where you didn't need to do it anyway.
Girl, you got to hold out for at least 90 days. And then he gonna snatch you up and marry you right away. I know that's what your mother did to me. The only girl I knew that was putting out was Mary Jane Robinson. Boy, and I couldn't get her because everybody was trying to smash that. So I went on ahead and settled down with your mother. And we've been happy ever since. Ish. Happy-ish. So you're tired of this old school game that only works if you married your high school sweetheart? So click the link below to get Mastering Attraction, where I show you how to get them to want you.